Big brother of the universally loved Argo Cargo, the RAFT, or Reinforced Advanced Freight Transport, is slated as the perfect entry-level hauler for professionals of all experience. But can it hold up to its little sibling's acclaim?
Quantum travel initiated.
As always, I start with a disclaimer. I will never suggest purchasing a ship with real money outside of the starter packs, which is currently the Aurora and Mustang, as you can earn or find everything in-game. You want to put extra money into the project, that's your prerogative, but I'm not going to advise you either way. That all said, the Argo RAFT. It's a new ship, with no in-law date given for its release, so it's safe to assume that's 2951. Designed with rapid loading and any range hauling in mind, the RAFT is placed as an ideal entry-level hauler, competing directly with the Freelancer series. Focusing on that hauling to begin with, the RAFT takes a leaf from the Hull series book, for going the classical cargo grid in favour of an externally mounted system dedicating to holding 3 standard 32 SCU containers. Currently, in 3.17, this is just treated as a cargo grid like any other, but post-cargo system Mark II will allow for the rapid collection and drop-off of larger containers, further supplemented by its tractor beam. The downside to this design, however, is that you are restricted to only 32 SCU containers, meaning that hauling smaller quantities of high-value goods or vehicles that aren't inside of a container is a no-go. The mounting mechanism does appear to be quite sturdy, but don't forget, you are still a loot pinata. Internally, it's well designed, but there are some placement issues. Starting in the foyer, we have a crew elevator and a small docking collar. To the fore is the bridge, which has excellent visibility in all directions, thanks to a tall windscreen and the forward positioning of the seats. Moving to the mid, we find the hab area. This is a fantastic design and a great use of space, with 2 beds, a kitchenette, and a seating area, as well as a small window to see your goods. Through a door on the port side, we find the bathroom and a weapon and armour lockers. These are too far from the entrance and cockpit to be of any major use in my opinion, and really should be swapped with the beds. Up the ladder to engineering, at the aft we find a station overlooking the cargo to monitor loading and, I assume, to control the tractor beam. Moving towards the fore, we pass various component housing before reaching whatever the hell this thing is. Engine? Particle accelerator? Futuristic inverted microwave oven? Talking of engines, let's talk handling, or rather the lack thereof. In a straight line, the RAFT can really get going. With a forward acceleration of 5G, it can get off the line faster than some fighters, but with an SCM of 135 and a max speed of 840, it quickly runs out of steam. This is a marathon runner, not a sprinter, and with an insane 27,500 litres of quantum fuel, it can do microtech to arc core almost 20 times without refueling, with the XL1 equipped. When you do eventually get to where you're going, stopping, with less than 1G of reverse thrust, I'd suggest turning 180 and burning backwards, but that might not actually be quicker. With only 21 degrees per second of pitch and yaw, it takes over 8.5 seconds to turn backwards. As for rolling, Old Yellow would be embarrassed. Planet side, and the RAFT is pretty much the same. It's shaped like a brick, and it flies like one. The VTOL thrusters are somewhat useful for rapid ascent and controlled descent, but lateral movement is near non-existent. The city carving this through arc core is not recommended for those without life insurance. I'll quickly gloss over combat and survivability as there's honestly not a lot to say here. The pilot has access to 2 size 1 mounts, but with the handling being what it is, they serve little to no purpose. The co-pilot has access to a remote turret sporting twin size 3s, and this is pretty commendable, but it does little, if anything, to protect the cargo due to its placement. It does have some armouring, and the size 2 shield generator will hold out for some time, but honestly, don't fight, just run. So, is there a place for the RAFT? As I alluded to in the beginning, its direct competitor is the Freelancer series, and in terms of haulage capacity, it sits comfortably between the base Lancer and the Max, which have 66 and 120 SCU of cargo capacity respectively. Incidentally, it's priced right between them too, at 1.85 million UEC versus 1.7 and 2.1. In 317, it would kind of be stupid to recommend the Raft over the Freelancer Max, which offers all the same amenities, handles better, can fight, can carry vehicles, and costs so little more you might as well hold out for those few extra creds. When the cargo refactor comes in, currently slated for 318, the potentially substantially faster loading of cargo may give it a slight edge in terms of hourly profit, but for now, hold out, get the Max. And that's all on that. Let me know your thoughts on the Raft down below, and while there, remember to like, subscribe, etc, etc, etc. And with that, I thank you for watching. I'll catch y'all next time.